All right, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, it's Craft Chest here, and today you're going to have to put up with the whining and howling sound of the AC. It's struggling just like me with this humidity today. Like sitting here right now, it is miserable. It's cool, but that humidity is just so thick. Dew points are like very high right now, 70, 75, very high right now. So it is like miserable. All right, before I digress off on the misery, let's get on to something that's really good, which is today's video. I'm going to be splicing in a outside video where we go over the three colors that I have chosen for Project Defiant. The sun yellow, the winter gray, and the satin apple red. All right, and that apple red really pops looking at it. On video though, going back reviewing, I'm actually kind of leaning towards that winter gray color a lot more after it's had time to dry, and looking at it from a camera's point of view, it looks really good. The sun yellow is just sun yellow. It's very bright. It's there. All right, and I like the way they kind of stand off, and I thought the stencil was, was going to bleed through, and it had like this little feathering effect that went around the Delta Slash, and you'll see all that here in just a little while. But I like the way it raised it up. It kind of gave it a 3D edge on one of the sides. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, now I've been thinking about this long and hard because I mentioned something about a contest that I wanted to do for everybody out there. All right, so this is going to be a two-part contest. All right, now I'm not going to run this but for a few days. So go ahead, hurry up and watch this video. If you watch this a week from now, it's going to be over with. And I will be shipping these out within the next week, all right? So we'll say next Friday, I'm going to be getting these on the road to somebody. What are you talking about, Craft Chest? Well, last video, I was talking about doing a contest on color schemes and design schemes for Project Defiant. Now, the front end of it, I'm 99% positive what I want to do, just the colors. I want to get your guys and gals' opinions out there on what color the Delta Slash should be on the side of the car and on the hood. All right. Also, the color of the NX74205, as you see here, I'm leaning towards that winter gray color down on the bottom. You'll also see that in the video, and we're going to go into detail about it in that video. Here's what the contest is for. Throw your ideas out there about that, but on the back side of the car, I want you to think Deep Space Nine and possibly even Enterprise, but not Discovery, because I don't know what that is. I've never seen that before. There's no words on it. I've never watched Section 31 on Discovery, so I'm not versed in on all of their designs and color schemes. I've seen their insignias online, of course. This is actually one of the Delta Slashes I picked out that they had on there, and I like that shape of the Delta Slash, and you'll see the other side of that in the video I'm about to splice in. But on the trunk side, down the back of the trunk, I want everybody out there to give me what you would do for Project Defiant on the back end, and that's going to be the tribute area to Section 31. So think, Julian Bashir, and think of Sloan and Admiral Ross and everybody else out there that had anything to do with Section 31, Malcolm from Enterprise. And I know back then they didn't have any insignias, they had no rank, they had no identifiers for them to be associated with Starfleet, but they were part of the original charter. As everybody, if you know anything about the Deep Space Nine and Star Trek lore, they've been there since the beginning. All right, that's just the way it has been. So I want the back side of the car to be a tribute to Section 31, the trunk area, the back bumper area. We're going to stay away from the license plate and close to it because I don't want that to have anything to do with legalities as far as driving down the road with placard numbers or whatever. All right, so if we do Section 31, it's got to be from the trunk up, and I'll show you that also in that video. All right, if you want to submit pictures to me, you're going to have to do it either via Discord, all right, which I'll put a link, an invite link down here in the description, or you're going to have to hit me up on Twitter and post pictures there. All right, Discord is probably going to be the best place to do it, so I'll update the invite link, put it down here in the description for everybody to show me your ideas, whether it's through pictures, Photoshop, drawing it out, paint. I don't care what you make it on. I'm not that big of a critic. I'm not that big of a judge, but I'll take those ideas And if you want to do the entire car, you know, 3D art front and back, sort of kind of like, if you remember way back in the day, remember when T2 actually did the Diablo theme on a Skyline, and we went over that for Trackmania? Oh my gosh, dude, I wish I could do that to the car. Ooh, but I am not that skilled to do flame licks and all that, so we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with Project Defiant. All right, so show me what you would do out there, and I'm going to run this contest through this video and up through next week, because I want to get these out to somebody probably by Monday week at the latest. So we're going to cut this off on Thursday of this coming up week. So that'll give you, well, let's just do 7 days. Let's do Friday. Today's Friday. Let's do Friday to Friday. I'll pick a winner over the weekend, and then we'll announce it on that Monday, and we'll get these subwoofers out to you. Subwoofers? What are you talking about, Craft Chest? I have a pair of Blau Punk 12-inch subwoofers, single voice coil subwoofers. All right, now these are 2-inch high temperature aluminum voice coils, 400 watt RMS, which with cheaper subwoofers I would half that, maybe a little over half, so 200 to 300 watt handling range safely, so they can breathe and not blow up on you. 800 peak, of course, and they're 4 ohm single voice coil subwoofers. All right, I have these and have had these until I switched to the Sundown dual voice coil LCS 12s, and here in the near future, hopefully within the next 2 to 3 months, we're going to be changing over to some SAV2s in the car, and I think that's what I'm going to stick with. We'll redesign a box and redo the entire interior, and that's when we're actually going to start on the interior. I'm just waiting on the temperatures to come down, because even sitting here making this video, I'm sweating like a judge on election day. It is horrible. Oh my gosh, I thought it would be getting better hitting September, football season, but it is not. So if you live in the continental United States, and I can mail these to you without it costing an arm and a leg and going through customs and all the other things, and you want to participate, now's the time to do it. Go grab screenshots of the car, throw them up there, draw them out, whatever you want to do. And if you want a chance to win a pair of subwoofers, and you can use these in the house. You don't have to use these in a car. Make you a little cabinet, change out maybe an old driver and an old cabinet that you have. These will do mighty fine, and I like these, and they are broke in, so you don't have to worry about breaking them in. Yes, they're used. I used them in my car way back, but I used them like, I don't even know, like for a month, and then took them out. And I'm not one that like hammers down on my stuff. All right, now, yeah, I pushed them a little bit here and there just to see what they would do, but I broke them in first, so they work mighty fine. All right, and it's free, and I'll leave a signature for you if you want me to. I'll get that silver pen like Derek does at Sundown Audio, and I'll sign that dust cap area for you, or wherever you want me to. All right, and I'll give that option to you, or just leave them alone and mail them to you like this. All right, so let me stop rambling on that, splice in this video, and let the contest begin. Woo! Project Defiant continues. Stay tuned. Because I've never used the 2X, and I've been shaking it pretty good, so let's see how it does. And we'll come back and do a couple of coats. I'm gonna order some more if this works out, because I know I'm gonna need more than one can. But shoot, that's a pretty good first coat right there, I think. And we'll just leave that there for a few minutes and come back and shoot another coat. All right, so there's the red. That's the satin apple red and the satin color. Let's go look at that up next to the car. And it's going to be a big contrast, I know, but I'm trying to just get the size. Well, that's about right. I mean, you can see where it's not cut exactly right. That size is pretty good, but that size, I think, will be pretty good. And then there's no seam like on a lot of cars where it kind of pokes up like this, and so this
we'll just do those pinstripes down either side, coming down about, I don't know, 1/2 inch on either side, and leave the middle black, 2 lines, and then stop the delta slash about right there. And I know you're probably gonna say, well, why not go all the way down? Well, if you look at any of the ships, they don't go all the way down. They only come back down about a little past half, like let's just say 2/3 of the way down the bodies of the ship, and more of an accent insignia than anything. But I kind of like that color against this black. And then we'll test out the winter gray and the yellow, and I think the winter gray is what I'm going to put down here with the NX 74205 across here. And then down here on the fog lights, this is where I was talking about doing in the louvers, just this piece here, from here to here and around here. Take this and I can either pop them out or just mask it off and do the paint like this and mask these floodlights off and do all this in red. I'd really rather prefer to pop it out, but I don't know how hard that is. I don't know if it just like everything else in the car, but we'll see. We're gonna have a look at that. And then red, which I think this red, I may be wrong, but this red kind of does look good against that black. And I wasn't sure until I did this. Look at the humidity. It is 5 o'clock in the afternoon still. Stepped outside, just sitting here looking crazy, sweating. But I wasn't sure it was actually going to be dark enough to pop. But now that I have a little test, and I'm not going to do a test on the car, that's why we're doing it like this. Now I can kind of get an idea of how that red's going to look. And then once again, we'll do the gold and the gray. I'm kind of wondering, should I do the gold and the gray on this board so I can bring it to the car? What do you guys and gals think? I think that's what I should do. Do it on this board right here, and that way we can bring it over and actually see the color against that black over there. Let's do that. All right, let's see how that does. Definitely not as bright as that red. There we go. And I know it's going to get huge underspray, but this is just to get a color palette idea of this. Looks like it's pretty good coverage. And keep in mind, the reason why we don't have to prime this is this is paint and primer ultra cover. All right, so there's that. And we'll wait 10 minutes and come back and flip it around and do one push right there. And then we'll have all 3 colors, and we'll go take it over to the car and see what it looks like. Here we are. Yellow's had time to sit there about 10 minutes or so. And this is with the yellow, just one coat. This is one coat, and this is one coat. The one coat on this, holy crap, that satin red is nice. And now it's had time to dry. This is still probably, yeah, it's a little tack. But there's the sun yellow. And I kind of like that little glow effect it does on the outside. It gives a little depth. So even though this is just a sheet of paper, plain notebook paper, it doesn't look half bad. So, uh-oh, mosquito, look out. We have a mosquito. Whoop, 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 red alert. All hands, battle stations, we have a mosquito. All right, so let's flip this around. And looks like we'll actually be able to get in there. And if this edge right here that folded down to cooperate with us, should be able to square it back up. All right, let's do it. That's good. Yeah, that's good. We'll leave it like that. And so there we go. We have the red and the gray and the yellow. Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra cover seems to be pretty good. This, even now that it's drying, I kind of like that. It's a little bit different than a safety red. It doesn't pool or ripple. I like it, how smooth that is. So yeah, this should work out. And you can see where some of the gray got on that, but that's okay. Get the idea down in here. So let's let the winter gray dry down for about 10 minutes. We'll come and pop this little stencil up and come back, and here's the colors. We'll take it over to the car and have a look and see how we're going to actually lay these colors out. All right, so it's been a little while. Went to watch a window tinting video because it's been a long time since I tinted any windows. So here we go. Let's take this stencil up here and move it to the side. If this dries up and doesn't curl up, I may actually be able to use that, because this isn't bad. I just need to kind of tighten up on, I just need to do this on a thicker piece, but size wise it's not bad. So here's the gray. Let's get out in the light. Alright, so here's our three colors, and yes, I know it's got overspray, but you can get the idea. We saw them one at a time. Alright, here's the winter gray, which kind of looks like some of the darker colors. It's a little darker than I thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to be a little bit. That's more of a battleship gray, maybe an adolescent, little mixed, adolescent blue mixed in. It's not horrible, but it is darker than what I thought it would be. So let's take this over to the car. Let's just set her up here. Will it sit here without sliding? This stuff is pretty slick. So there's our colors. Oh yeah, actually got a little sunlight happening here. Let's do that. I could turn the lights on too. But here's our colors right there. And I believe that I like the red the best. The colors for the numbers across here, I think that gray will work out, because that's going to be, that looks like up against it in this area here. So we'll do the call signs NX74205 across here with that. And I'm kind of leaning towards this red. Of course, if we keep to the Defiant actual layout, the pinstripes are red, the insignia is in yellow. If we stay with it, the actual theme of it. So it would be this pinstripe, solid, and then it's kind of open in the middle. And then the yellow insignia. The size of this is probably a little bit larger than it needs to be, but I like that size. So we're probably going to stick with this size stencil for the Delta Slash. Alright, let's have a look at the gray. If we were to do it here, and the red, I don't know. What do you guys and gals out there think? Which color should we just go all red, leave the yellow for something else? That spa blue is still, what is it? It's either out or it's way too, oh yeah, I know what it is. The spa blue that I want is $27 a can right now, whereas this was like, I don't know, $4, $7, $8, something like that. I don't mind paying that much, but $27, holy crap, I'm not paying that much. And that's what we were going to do down here, because I have a grill in a cart, but I haven't ordered it, the bottom grill. And then we're going to go red, blue, and red. Up here, I'm not really sure if I want to mess with this in this area here. And in the future, we may do some accent lighting, so like really low wattage backlight behind here. just to pop this out. And maybe that's what we'll do, is go with like a cool blue backlight coming through here, something that won't pop, you know, get me popped by the cops and get pulled over. Just a subtle accent piece, you know what I mean? So there we go. That's the 3 colors. And out of all of them, I must admit, I don't have the blue, but out of these 3, I'm liking this red the best out of all of them. And the gray and the yellow is neat. If we stick with the theme, that's what we'll go with. But kind of want to leave this out of the equation now. What's everybody out there think about that? Let's get some ideas going on this. And keep in mind, it's going to have the red pinstripes. We'll stencil that out. These channels through there, that'll be red. And then somehow or another we'll curve around and put Defiant across this middle part right here along the roof. So it'll be red, curve it in. Probably have to come red and then kind of like taper it around like this, you know what I mean? Just to kind of bring the word in the middle here. See what I mean? And then here, pinstripes down to the insignia here. We're going to stop right here with the insignia. I'm not going to go all the way down with it. Alright, so there we go on that. And then the sides, these little rails, we're probably going to tape those off and do those in red also. That's the plan anyway. But so I think that and that will look good. And then maybe put a delta slash on either side. Maybe the sides is where we put the yellow. What do you think? Red, maybe pinstripe on either side of this and leave that, and then do the delta slash right across the door. Yeah, we could do that. I think that's what we'll do. Maybe a red insignia on the up here. I don't know. Maybe we do the striping and leave the insignia off and see what that looks like first, and then do the wording, pinstripes, delta slash, pinstripe, delta slash on either side. And on the back, I keep on forgetting to say this, but on the back, I'm kind of thinking I want to do something across the back of the trunk. Let's see, we'll walk back here and look while we're doing this. I want to kind of do something across here in this area, or somewhere back here, whether it's here, even here. And I want to put section 31, but DS9 section 31. But see, that's kind of like, if you go back in the old like Enterprise and DS9, it's kind of hard to do section 31, because technically this car, I could not do anything to it and call it section 31, because they were just all black uniforms, no insignias, nothing. You know, no way to trace them back to Starfleet. So I don't know, we'll look at it. And that's actually, I guess this is a Discovery insignia, but theirs is split now right here, and it's like chromed out and then black on this side. Maybe that's what we should, maybe that's something we could do. Maybe do a 2-color, a 2-tone insignia right here. Maybe that's what the answer is. Maybe we can do, I don't know, red into silver, or silver into red, or the yellow. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts about this, and tell me some ideas. It's Crafter to Mind. Go out there and have some fun. Woo!
All right, everybody, and there you have it. There are all the ideas that I have come up with, and I'm sorry that that video that I spliced in wasn't more energetic, but stepping outside, it just, you instantly have a soul tether drain that just, and you're struggling to even stay coherent out there in all that humidity. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. But anyway, tell me what your ideas are. And you know, normally I don't plug people in a whole lot anymore, but I will tell you, since I've given away some audio, I'm going to plug a couple of people that I watch all the time. Hi-Fi Vega and Derek from Williston Audio Labs out there. I might have to let them in on this contest and let them tell their community members that we're having a contest. Maybe they want to participate, maybe they don't care, maybe they don't want any cheesy little blah punks, but I like those blah punks. Those things are very efficient, and it's free with the Continental United States delivery coming to you, whoever it is that I choose to be the winner. So I will put the link to the Discord, and the link is going to go directly to the contest Project Defiant channel that I have added in my Discord server. So if you want to participate and you want to come up with some ideas on all of the goings on Project Defiant's paint scheme, go ahead, get into it. Now I will tell you this before I end the video, the pinstriping, I am 100% positive now that we will do the pinstriping like I kind of finalized on there, doing the channel rails across the top, along the sides. Just the color of the Delta slashes is what I want you guys and gals out there to give me your ideas on, as far as the sides and the hood. And the ultimate winner is going to be the one that sets me up with the best design for Section 31 on the trunk side of the car. So when I'm driving down the road and people see and they say Section 31, and you're going to have 90% of the population go, what the hell is Section 31? But Trekkies out there that really know their stuff about Star Trek, not Discovery. Once again, that's gimmick infringement. I don't know what that is. There's no words on it. All right, but all the Trekkies out there from like Enterprise back, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Generation, etc., so forth. All right, which we really first heard about them really in Deep Space Nine. All right, that's what I want. So what kind of color scheme would you come up with? Would you go with a chrome, a silver, whatever it is? I'm gonna do it, and you'll be the winner of a pair of Blau Punk 12-inch subwoofers, and they work mighty fine. I was impressed with them. It's just that I wanted to try out those LCS 12 dual voice coils. I like those even better. I'm not gonna even lie, those things slam. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. It's a craft of the mind. Go out there and have some fun, and good luck to everybody. Remember, contest runs from today, September the 4th, all the way up until September the 11th. Oh, that might not be the best day in the world to choose to end the contest, but that's what we're gonna do. Good luck, good fight, good night. Woo!
What are you waiting for, people? Carry out your orders.